They may just be able to get themselves back into this match.
An enormous shout. Hughes is not interested, but umpire Timmins is eventually, and Desmond Haynes goes very quickly once the finger was raised. It's a long delay. Desmond, with the weight of that plaster on his cheekbone, unable to get his eyes up to catch those of the umpire.
Junior Murray finds the gap here. Justin Langer desperately diving at mid-on, but it's well timed. That outfield is fast. Mervyn Hughes won't get there. It's 4 runs to Junior Murray.
That's over point. That's 4 more. Valuable runs by Junior Murray here. They really struggled just before the luncheon break.
Leading the fight back here for the West Indies to get a very good first innings total.
Out. He's gone. Mike Ward has the trick. The outswinger. Junior Murray goes for 37 at 6 for 280.
Yes, Mark Ward getting this ball to move away from the right-hander.
So he gets him off the next one. He thinks it's a pad, Bishop. He got caught behind for a duck. 7 for 286.
It's a 7th wicket going down for the West Indies now. Ian Bishop pushing forward. Well, Ian Healy hasn't really gone up. Yes, he has now. The finger goes up.
That's off the glove. And Anderson Cummins looks to the umpire to see what he's going to call. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It must be very disconcerting for both batsmen and bowlers to know whether there are more bounces allowed or not. That one's been allowed, and Anderson Cummins is out.
Falls into the safe hands of Mark Waugh.
He's hammered that one. Beautifully hit again. And that's the reason why Kirtley should be just hanging around, because Keith's hit 3 absolute rockets outside off stump in the last few balls. And Steve Waugh's got it. So Craig McDermott has picked up the wicket of Keith Arthurton. I don't know what he was hanging around for, because it was fairly obviously off the bat. A good breakthrough there for McDermott. And it's hit leg stump. Courtney getting a long way across there. So far that he's left leg stump exposed, and Merv Hughes has hit it. So once again, it's been the fine bowling of Merv Hughes and Craig McDermott that have done the job for Australia. They picked up 7 wickets between them.
That was a wonderful performance from the Australian bowlers. 9 for 187 they took, and they had West Indies out for 322. This is the card of their innings, and it just shows what a terrific job Alan Border and his men did. They were 1 for 135 at the start, but the lead for the West Indies is still 203, and that is a massive thing for the Australians to look at as they come out for their second innings. Good batting there from Phil Simmons, 80. Desmond Haynes came out after being injured, only added 3 to his previous total. Richie Richardson out for 47 yesterday, and a splendid knock from Keith Arthurton, 77, and Junior Murray, 37. They put on 75, and 108 runs were added for 3 wickets in the lower order there. That was very, very valuable for the West Indies, not so good for the Australians, who bowled quite wonderfully this afternoon. McDermott, a splendid spell this morning. Then he came back again this afternoon, got in there for 3 wickets, and Merv Hughes once again on this pitch he likes so much. 4 for 71 from 25.4 overs with 6 maidens. 1 for 72 for Joe Angel in his first Test match, and Mark Waugh came in bowling medium pace and getting plenty of bounce. 6 overs, 1 maiden, and 2 for 21.
Smashed that one. That'll bounce back 4 yards off the fence. Magnificent shot by Boone. Port's in the air, and that's got to be above the... Oh, you can't give that out. For goodness sake, it almost hit him on the shoulder. Well, a very, very disappointed Justin Langer dropped his gloves, and you could hear the thud of flesh as that one went flying away, and he's been given out, unfortunately. Well, it's a tough job umpiring, but this, for me, was not out.
This is always very difficult with a flurry. But you could obviously see the ball there on the replay, missing the gloves, hitting him pretty high on the forearm, almost in the shoulder.
That's popped up, and he's gone. Off the shoulder of the black, in the air. And so Stephen Waugh is out for a duck, caught in the gully. And oh dear, Australia here really struggling. And it's right off the meat of the bat. They won't catch that. Into the fence it goes.
That's a good delivery. Courtney Walsh has beaten the outside edge. As far as he's concerned, he's got a wicket. The umpire, Cole Timmins, is standing there very still. He's got his arms behind his back. And Mark Waugh didn't look at all interested.
Certainly no reaction at all from the batsman.
Up and over the top, Mark Waugh.
That's well played. Slightly overpitched, and will do his confidence a little bit of good. Cummins not able to stop that one. That brings up the 50 partnership between these two. In the air and out. Well, he's backed away, trying to play that shot of his again, where he backs away and smashes it over the top or square. Well, that's been a pretty ordinary performance by Mark Waugh. I can't say that I've ever seen him struggle quite as much as he has in this dig. Well, that's the end of him. Rose screaming into Warne. And that's out, caught behind. Shane Warne is on his way. Will they send in another night watchman?
Well, that's a disappointing situation for Shane Warne. He was certainly suffering in the first innings by the short pitch delivery, but Ambrose didn't give him a short one. He gave him a good one and a good length. He was forward. There was a genuine nick through to the wicketkeeper. He's out for a duck, and now it's 4 for 67.
Not quite down and out, the Australians. No team is if David Boone is there, unbeaten on 45, but they're 4 for 75, and the West Indies still lead by 128. Langer out for 1, Steve Waugh no score, Shane Warne no score, and Mark Waugh 21. The partnership between Boone and Mark Waugh was 52, took 121 balls, and when Mark Waugh went, so did some of Australia's chances.
It's 4. Over the top of slips he goes. Fine shot.
Yes, he's been looking for that one for a while, and the crowd here enjoying it. He's been waiting for the short ball outside off stump.
Damien Martin drawing away, no ball and getting 4 runs. Just can't afford to give him too much width when he's doing that. They should be right at the stumps. Good result. It's 50 for David Boone. Superb knock. Real fighter. Superb batsman. 4 for 94.
Let's bowl him. Absolutely beaten in flight there. A little bit of swing for Ian Bishop. Maybe it cut back a little bit or caught an inside edge at the bat. David Boone seemingly playing over the top of it. And that really does put a dent in Australia's hopes. The Australian captain strides to the wicket with his team in real trouble.
As you see, they're second in the all-time run-making list, 10,073 runs. That's a lot of runs, just requiring another 50 to go past Sunil Gavaskar. And I'm sure he, along with all of Australia, would love to see him get those 50 runs here today.
Testimony to his skill, his courage, his dedication. And he's played on, and that's a pair for Alan Border. And Australia are just about down and out.
Alan Border playing on that one off the inside edge.
In the air, this time he's found the gap and he's off the mark, and there'll be a bit of relief.